The bloc have become increasingly concerned over disinformation campaigns spreading from Russia and into the public consciousness. Now EU officials are set to inject £3.3 million, €3.8 million into strategic communications monitoring, including £976,000, €1.1 million for spotting fake news. Centreright MEP Siegfried Muresan, who is spearheading the scheme, said, "We need to be able to connect the dots. If a eurosceptic politician is saying something and we see that these were actually talking points on fake news websites 2 weeks earlier, then we need to be aware of that." Get funds are currently progressing through the bloc's bureaucracy. Funds are currently progressing through the bloc's bureaucracy, but are expected to pass in the coming week. Mr. Muresan went on to claim the cost could rise in coming years as the bloc expands its Stratcom unit. He added, "We have become aware that disinformation is a risk for the EU and we are ready to tackle it. Our commitment to tackle disinformation is a long-term goal and we will continue to allocate financial resources for it in the years to come." Now EU officials are set to inject £3.3 million, €3.8 million into strategic communications. It comes after a report from Brussels revealed children as young as 4 years old could be taught to support the EU as the bloc looks to the young to keep the European project alive. In a report to the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker's special advisor Luc van den Brand called on Eurocrats to offer children a European studies curriculum that will begin all stages of education, from primary school onwards, and in a bid to improve outreach to citizens of the EU, he called for the creation of a Buses for Peace initiative, which will tell youngsters how the bloc brought peace to Europe after the Second World War. The report suggests children should grow up having had a Europe-oriented schooling. Children as young as 4 years old could be taught to support the EU. One of the inspirations for submerging the youth in the logic of Brussels was the UK's decision to leave the bloc, the report claims. The report said, the referendum on membership of the EU that was held in the United Kingdom on the 23rd of June 2016 provides an excellent example of how young people today position themselves with respect to the European Union. For the older generations, Europe was the point of arrival. For millennials, Europe is the point of departure, since it is all they have ever known. Mr. van den Brand's report went on to claim the young tend to be more Eurocritical than Eurosceptic, and are often aware of the advantages of the Union.